Republican State Representative Gordon Klingenschmitt has been asked to resign after comments he made on his radio show on Tuesday about the ban of gay Boy Scout leaders being lifted. The Colorado Republican Party quickly condemned Klingenschmitt's comments and reinforced that he does not speak for the party or reflect its values. Amy, just when the Republican Party thought they only had to worry about Donald Trump, here comes Representative Klingenschmitt to the rescue. Is it enough that he's going to harm the party because just by connection, or is he removed enough as such an anomaly that it's not going to cause many problems, at least for the party?
Well, boy, there's a good question. I do like the Donald Trump analogy because I also happen to think that Gordon Klingenschmitt probably has the same need for attention that Donald Trump seems to need as well, constantly have some kind of spotlight. Even negative attention is better than no attention. Or no attention, but I don't know what's in Gordon Klingenschmidt's heart or what his intentions are any more than Gordon Klingenschmitt knows what God intended. So the idea that, tie a millstone around someone's neck and throw them in, here's what I do hope. If Gordon Klingenschmitt is going to run for Senator Cadman's seat, which is what seems to be the indication, I'll say this, I hope he loses, because he is a distraction. It will be a media circus, and the state legislature has real work to do, and to make something all about one person just goes to show that this one person puts himself above the mission, and that really isn't the intention of public service.
Ben, I don't know the individual's name, but I guess the person I really feel sorry for in the situation is the person who lost to Klingenschmitt in the primary. I think I lost to this guy? Is there a viable future for Klingenschmitt in this state in politics with what he's done so far and with his own party running as fast as they possibly can away from his comments?
Sure, he got elected once before, didn't he? There are people there who are going to vote for him, and that's one thing I think we need to be cognizant of. I think his remarks were reprehensible. I disagree, but I don't fool myself into thinking there aren't a lot of people who agree with him. And they elected him once, and you're not going to convince me they were surprised. They didn't know what he was really about when he won the primary and won the general election. So I think there are a number of people who will vote for him again, just like Donald Trump. You may find his comments offensive. You may think he's nuts. 30% of likely Republican voters say no way, but 20% say yes way. There's going to be a following, and the more difficult task, I think, is for the Colorado Republican Party, because if you're really sincere in saying this person can't represent what we stand for and is not a reflection of where we think Colorado needs to go and where it needs to be, you're going to have to make some difficult choices in how you deal with his candidacy. But I don't think he's going to go away. And Amy's right, he could be a distraction, but boy, he wouldn't be the first single issue candidate we ever had serving in the Colorado General Assembly either.
Sure. Kara, Boulder County has given more than their fair share of gifts to this table over the years. Over 23 years, we've been grateful for all the wackadoodle ideas they've been able for us to be able to chew on. But El Paso County is no slouch when it comes to that either, especially when it comes to personalities. They've given us quite a host of them. What do you think about this particular personality we have from that same area and what impact he might have on his party?
Well, that's right. El Paso County is no slouch when it comes to handing up gifts to the Democrats up here in Denver. And, for Klingenschmitt, to be specific, he said that gays should not only not be Boy Scout leaders, but they should be drowned, that they are child molesters. These are the kinds of things that the Republican Party is now responding by saying they don't speak on behalf of the party, that this isn't the message we want to convey. He's not one of us, even though he is. And he's an elected representative. And the last time an El Paso County representative named Douglas Bruce did something just as minor as kicking a photographer in the knee, he was censured. So why this guy, who's a sitting elected official, is not being given that same kind of treatment for the kind of outrageous latest statements is beyond me, if that really truly is not the message that they're intending to send.
Patty, what do you think? Does the legislature itself need to go further to really appropriately distance themselves away from Klingenschmitt?
Well, there is that little pesky thing called free speech, too, horrible as his speech might be. I think the Republican Party would be better served to find a candidate now to run against him. We were talking about recalls earlier, and one of the odd byproducts of this is that other poobah at the Independence Institute still registered in El Paso County? Remember when Caldera went down there as a
right.
stunt? He could run for Cadman's seat. He could knock out Klingenschmitt. I mean, he's said plenty of offensive things, but nothing that would get him in this much trouble.
That's true. That's
So
true. But
Caldera for that seat right now.
I would pay money to see that debate.